it could be 5 matches in 2 weeks if you keep winning here like that. What is the depth of this team? How much confidence does it give you to go through this grind like this?
Yeah, it's been important all year, to be honest. I mean, we've had a lot of injuries, especially to start the year, and then we're seeing guys come in off the bench and make an impact on the game. As we go further into Leagues Cup, and then we go into the Open Cup, potentially games being rescheduled. I mean, we're going to need our entire squad, and so that's why it's important to give guys minutes, give guys experience, and we're seeing the young guys kind of pull their weight now and contribute.
You've actually seen that. You feel like you've seen some guys make meaningful contributions in meaningful games. I mean, that's really what's happening lately.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, you look at Paul, right? You look at Obed. You look at guys like Reed coming in off the bench, closing out games. I mean, these are guys that came through our academy, right? Jackson obviously is another guy that has been steady Eddie, and we need our entire squad, right? And we even have more guys, I think, that don't see minutes, contributing in training and making it really competitive for us to compete.
Going to that point, I mean, going back to May where you guys had that crazy run of like 4 weeks with all of those games, do you feel, and that was kind of where the big run started this year of this latest run, do you feel like you guys thrive in that kind of packed schedule?
Yeah, to be quite honest with you, it's nice to play games and not train, right? Like, whether you win or lose, it's nice to just get out there and forget about or not overcomplicate things and just get out there and play. Whether you lose, you have a short turnaround and you want to win and you have more excitement to get that victory, or if you win, you want to continue that momentum. So in that regard, I feel like it's been extremely beneficial to have such a condensed season. But, it is tough on the body. It is tough, traveling and whatnot. And that's why, again, we need our entire squad to be able to compete in these type of windows.
We're looking at LAFC, obviously a team that you just saw. What do you need to fix from what happened a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, well, we talk about transition, right? This is a team that thrives off transition, winning the ball and being extremely direct. That's something that we didn't do a good job of. Obviously, goals change games, like we witnessed against Pumas. The penalty for them in the 15th minute or so really changed the game. So this is a team that you can't concede a lot of chances against because they really take care of their chances. So we have to be really compact defensively and then be ready to either spring forward and be direct because they play a line of 5 and really finish off plays when you're in the attack.
How much does it mitigate the fixture congestion that so many of these games are at home? This is your 6th straight game, I guess, now at home. You've played, I don't know, like 8 of 10, something like that at home. I mean, does that make it easier, or how does it make it easier?
Yeah, it certainly makes it easier, right? We're not traveling. Traveling just takes a huge toll on the body. Number 2, particularly for me, right? Like, I just had a kid. Like, it's fantastic to be able to be here for a whole month and not be able to be on the road. And then, we talked about this stretch quite a bit about how we could take advantage of being at home for so long. We had a shaky start at home. So going into this window, we felt that we needed to take advantage of these games. So huge for the body, being able to use our facility, being able to train here every day instead of having to travel and then have a day off and then having to have tough nights of sleep when you're on the road. So overall, this has been probably the most ideal summer for us to be able to make a run, both in our play in the MLS, Leagues Cup, and Open Cup.
Cristian, you guys have already played LAFC twice this season. How much of an advantage or a disadvantage is that?
Well, I think it's it's been a interesting, I think, little rivalry between us two because we haven't done so well against LAFC recently, so we want to get the monkey off our back, but at the same time we're able to play a bit of a chess match, right? If you want to show different lineups, if you want to show different tactics, this is your time to be able to kind of alter your game plan against them. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out. Obviously, they've been playing a five in the back, and that's something that they've done recently, and they've had a lot of success. So, how can we, change a little bit to not get those same results that we have been.
The last two games, Brian has mentioned them being sort of benchmark games or statement games, and it seems like each one has sort of leveled up a little bit, and LAFC would seemingly be the next step in that. How much do you look at this as sort of an opportunity to just sort of put your mark on not just this tournament, but sort of a statement of where the Sounders are in the hierarchy of North American soccer?
Yeah, I think this is probably the only trophy that we haven't won. So, I think that's the motivation going into this game. Secondly, our path has been pretty tough, to be honest. We've had Galaxy, we've had Pumas, LAFC, and then potentially America or Colorado, right? Two teams that have been playing pretty well. So, we're going to test ourselves, or we have tested ourselves in Leagues Cup, and how can you show the rest of the continent that you're more than capable of not only winning Champions Cup or Champions League a few years back, but competing again in Leagues Cup for an international trophy.
How does it kind of compare? They've changed their roster a little bit, brought in some bigger name players, and you guys haven't. How does that kind of factor in to this match and what you want to show, I guess, against them?
Yeah, I think we. You're talking about LAFC?
Yes.
Yeah. They do a really good job of bringing in guys and switching their identity. We've been a little bit more steady in the way we kind of go about things. I think, the continuity has certainly helped us win trophies. The ability to kind of put out the same lineup, have the same guys gel together and build that chemistry. So it's just, I think, different models. But at the end of the day, right, you're judged by how many trophies you win in that period of time. And look, this is another opportunity, along with Open Cup, for us to kind of show that this model works and we can still win games.
Were you surprised at all? Because you have been here for a while and you've seen the summer signings. Were you surprised at all to not have another summer signing?
Not necessarily surprised. I think that our squad has the ability to win trophies, right? I talked about young guys contributing, and we're going to need those young guys to kind of continue to grow next year, and how can we keep them, right? The parameters and the salary cap issues that I don't know much about kind of create this dynamic where you kind of have to go one way or the other, and so for these young guys and all the experience that they're bringing, how can we continue to help them grow and do well? And so in the short term, I would love to have more better players and guys contributing and guys coming in, but really the continuity has helped us quite a bit, to be honest.
Sorry, really quick. You've obviously spent a ton of time with the national team. The reports are about Mauricio Pochettino, the hiring by the Federation. Do you have a reaction to that, or thoughts on if Patino is the guy for the United States?
Well, I think it's exciting if that's the case. It seems like it's the case. We certainly could use a manager like him, right? That puts guys in their place. There's less probably complacency. Maybe he has his own guys that he relies on, so it just brings a little bit more spark to the group, and I'm excited to see what's to come and how he can put his stamp on the U.S.
Thanks, guys.